Did you know that each time you learn a song by ear, you improve your ability to learn other songs by ear? Well, that seems kind of obvious, but when you apply specific practices to songs you know, you make it easier and easier to learn other songs by ear. It's so easy now to learn songs with your eyes, with iReel and online chord charts. Now, this is songs that come from a tradition of learning by ear, an oral tradition like jazz, folk, blues. Now, it's so easy that many of us don't even develop the ability to really learn by ear. And it was definitely that way for me growing up. Learning songs by ear was next to impossible, and it was so much easier to read chords from a fake book, but that didn't develop my ear. And don't you feel like there is a connection between how you learn something and the way you are able to express yourself with it? I sure do. In today's video, we are going to use the jazz standard My Funny Valentine to fully internalize the melodic shapes and harmonic progressions it so elegantly features. When we're done, you are going to be on your way to easily recognizing almost 10 musical patterns, and you're going to get all this knowledge musically without extraneous terminology and targeted to help you hear these things and remember them long term. You can learn all this from listening deep into this 1937 hit by Rodgers and Hart. You make it to the end, you'll get an advanced exercise that will not only help you internalize My Funny Valentine into your long-term memory, but will also enable you to recognize its harmonies in other songs. I'm Hans at tuneindigo.com. Let's get started. My Funny Valentine is one of the most recognizable of all jazz standards, with thousands of musicians having recorded their own versions, from Ella Fitzgerald to Elvis Costello, believe it or not. And it's a song that kind of comes up around Valentine's Day. It's not a particularly kind song lyrically. It comes from a 1937 musical and then was repurposed into a 1945 movie. And then Frank Sinatra and Chet Baker kind of concurrently made it very popular. All right, now, here's what internalizing the song in the way I'm going to describe and demonstrate for you is going to get you. It's going to get you keyed and tuned in to key changes between relative major and minor. It's going to give you 2-5-1 progressions in major and minor, leaps up to the 5th, up to the 6th, and up to the 7th steps of the major scale. It's got a melodic design pattern called the wind-up. It's got descending chromatic passing tone between the 5th and 4th steps of the major scale, and it's got another melodic design pattern, or line cliche, where the minor chord goes to minor major 7, goes to minor 7, goes to minor 6 pattern. 7th chords moving up my step. Of course, it's also got, well, not of course, but it's also got a cycle of fifths chord substitution leading to the 4 chord. And it's got, one of my favorite things is it's got this elegant method of melodic development called, that's related to anyway, fragmentation, which you find in classical music. And there's probably more, but maybe that's enough. Now, that was a lot of words that I just said. And I'm going to reduce all my words to just 2-letter words called solfège. To put this together, I reviewed the published sheet music, and you can get the link down below. It's an Amazon thing. It's like $2, and I get a little kickback if you do that, so that's nice. And then transcriptions of 3 versions. I listened to the Frank Sinatra version, the Miles Davis version, and the Chet Baker version. And I created a version designed to be musical, session playable. So if you internalize it, you'll get by on a session, and to highlight some of the things I just mentioned. Here's what we're going to do. First, I'll sing the melody in solfège. That alone will reveal some cool stuff and get it in your ear. Next, I'll give you the root bass line in solfège, which will give you the sort of the fundamental harmonic motion. And then after that, we'll walk through the patterns that the song reveals. And finally, I'll give you a line that you could practice that arpeggiates the chords. It's a challenge for me. And I've done everything I can to make this simple enough for intermediate jazz musicians to follow along with and advanced players to fully internalize it and put to use. So this is a slightly more advanced video than some of the ones that I made recently. All right, so without further ado, here I go singing. I'm going to sing the melody for you in solfège. La ti do ti do ti, la ti do ti do ti, la ti do do, sol, fa, mi, re. Do, re, mi, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, ti, la, sol, se, fa. Mi, re, sol, do, ti, do. Do, ti, la, do, ti, do. Do, ti, ti, do, ti, do. Re, mi, la. Ti, la, ti, do, ti, do, ti. Do, re, mi, re, mi, re. La, ti, do, ti, do, ti, do. Do, re, mi, re, mi, re, do. All right, now I'll sing the root bass line in solfège. It's mostly roots, and it gives you the harmonic progressions, basically. Sounds like this. La, 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 fa, re, ti, mi, la, la, Okay, that was a lot of law. That was a lot of law. And actually, that reveals one of the first things that you want to understand about this song and about a lot of songs is that it lies in la, which at the moment we're going to think of as the one in minor. It lies in la, and it's there a lot, but it does go between la and do. In other words, it goes between the relative minor and its relative major. Now, this is revealed as bass lines that resolve to do or la. Now, you'll find there are also chord progressions that support this. There's the 2-5 in minor and the 2-5 in major. And these are revealed every time you hear re, sol, do, or ti, mi, la. So you can practice that by singing the bass line while listening to the melody, which you can do in the resource I'm providing. And you can also just do it while you listen to the song. Find places where you hear it go like this, and find places where you hear it goes like this. In fact, there are lots of songs that do that, and you could probably even write one right now that just goes like that. Okay, here's another pattern. leaps that go up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th steps of the major scale. Now, this is revealed as melodies that go in the bridge, mi, re, so, right? And do, ti, la, and then do, ti, ti. Now, this ascent to T is mirrored in the A sections. And again, you can practice hearing that by singing those melodies, and you know the tune. Now, one of my favorite things is this melodic design pattern, which is called the wind-up. This is where a melody centers around a few close notes that are close to each other and then leaps up. And this is revealed as la, ti, do, ti, right? It's right in here doing that. And then la, ti, do, so. And it happens in the next phrase as well, or in the next part. Do, re, mi, re. We're here. Do, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, ti. So we're winding up. And then jumping. Winding up and then jumping. Continuing with this little melody part. This descending chromatic passing tone, which is simply a note that's between two scale notes as we go down, is revealed between the 5th and 4th steps of the major scale like this. Ti, la, so, se, fa. And you can practice that again just by singing that little section. You can savor it as you walk around. Turn off all the things you've been listening to and just think, do, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, ti, la, so, se, fa. Then you've got the wind-up and the descending chromatic passing tone. Another thing that is just one of my favorite little bits is that Rodgers and Hart use this elegant method of melodic development, which is related to something in classical music called fragmentation. And this is where you take something and you break it up and you use it in different ways in its smaller constituent part. This is revealed in the first A, where we hear la, ti, do, ti, right? And in the second A, we hear it as do, re, mi, re, right? The second A stays there. Then in the third A, after the bridge, the last A, you take the first part of one and then follow it with the second part of the other to combine them. Now we get motion going up. La, ti, do, ti, do, re, mi, re. So that's just a beautiful example of doing a lot with a little, also called economy of means. Oops, my microphone's been discombobbled. Okay, now the rest of the patterns that I'm going to show you, you'll hear in the chord arpeggiation bit that's coming up. So I'm going to tell you about them, and then you'll hear them. Okay, so now another melodic design pattern, that's a melodic and harmonic design pattern, is where you have a minor triad going to a minor with a major 7th, going to a minor 7th, going to a minor 6th. And this is revealed in an inner voice, which you'll hear the next little bit. La, si, sol, fi, and then all that drives to the fa chord, the 4 chord, fa. Another cool thing that you can get in your ear from this is 7th chords moving up by step, right? By parallel motion, even 5ths, revealed in the bridge as do, mi, ti, re, fa, do, mi, so, re. Now, the last thing I'm going to put out to you is this cycle of 5ths resolving to the 4 chord. I got this from the Miles version, and it's heard in 2 places at 2 speeds. It's revealed as la, do, si, do, so, te, do, mi, fa. Notice the te is kind of like, it's like the fake temporary fa of fa. Sorry for the terms. But you can just listen to this melody and internalize it, and you'll still recognize it for what it is without all those extra thoughts. La, do, si, do, so, te, do, mi, fa. If you just practice that, you'll go a long way. Okay, here's the chords. Here's the chords arpeggiated. Now, this is really difficult for me. This is a real challenge. But doing this, even as I do it, it reveals not only the patterns, which you'll hear, but also the relationships between these tones within a key. So here I go. La, do, mi, la, do, mi, si, la, do, mi, sol, la, do, mi, fi, fa, la, do, mi, re, fa, la, do, ti, re, fa, la, mi, si, ti, re, la, do, mi, la, do, mi, si, la, do, mi, sol, la, do, mi, fi, fa, la, do, mi, re, fa, la, do, re, fa, le, do, so, ti, re, fa, do, mi, ti, re, fa, do, mi, so, re, fa, do, mi, ti, re, fa, do, mi, so, re, fa, do, mi, ti, re, mi, ti, la, do, si, do, so, te, do, mi, fa, la, do, mi, ti, re, fa, mi, fa, si, la, do, mi, la, do, mi, si, la, do, mi, sol, la, do, mi, fi, fa, la, do, mi, ti, re, fa, mi, re, si, la, do, si, do, so, te, do, mi, fa, mi, do, la, re, fa, so, ti, do. No matter what level you're at, you can get something out of practicing these melodies. It'll help your music making stay anchored in sound where it belongs. And if you're just getting started working on your ear, stay with just learning the melody and solfège. You already probably know the tune, and the solfège is in the little handout, and that will take you quite far. If you've got a more advanced ear, take a crack at singing the bass line, and if that's easy, have a crack at singing the bass line while playing the melody in an instrument. Then have a go at your favorite recording of the song, sing the bass line, and compare my bass line to what you hear. And there are going to be differences, and it'll be up to you to find them. Now, if you're really advanced, take a shot at memorizing the chords like the thing that I did with the arpeggios. Once you do these different things, you'll find it much, much easier to take tunes and chord progressions into different keys because you're thinking tonally and you're thinking with a minimum of thought connected to sound. So you're kind of leading with your ear. You can also sing the bass line using numbers, which is also very effective. Any kind of singing you do is going to anchor your ears in sound, and your mind in sound. I've linked a free resource guide with stuff you can practice to it in the description. Check that out. And I hope you found this helpful. If all this solfèging sparked a question, a thought, or a complaint, drop it in the comments. I'd love to help you out further and kind of know how you're receiving this stuff. You can find more resources for your musical imagination at tuneindigolearning.com. Thanks for listening.